Hello, Leo. Welcome back to Intuitive Garden Tarot. If you're new here, my name is Nicole. Welcome. We're all going to take a walk together in my intuitive garden and see what message comes out for my Leo friends. We're going to look at the energy that's rippling out from the recent lunar eclipse. Very strong, potent full moon. If you haven't already seen the weekly collective message, please check that out. That will just add to this reading because that was also tapping into the energy this week from the full moon, blood moon lunar eclipse that just took place. Okay, Leo, we have Knight of Swords, King of Wands, Two of Wands, Nine of Cups, Three of Wands, the Moon, and the Nine of Swords. Where are the pentacles? Okay. I don't want to decide what this reading, sometimes I get an overall impression and I can see it going in a few directions. So let's break it down. In the recent past, we have the Two of Wands, looking out at possibilities. You might have made some travel plans. You might have actually traveled, or you might be traveling right now. You might be looking at the geopolitical landscape, what's going on in the world. Wondering what's coming next. I'm getting the impression that you're in a relatively stable place in your life right now. This Knight of Swords is very strong energy. You might feel this need for speed, this need to take action. It could be to be a force of change in the world, in your local community, following what you believe in, what your truth is, and fighting for truth. You might even be particularly engaged, invested in, or passionate about truth coming out on the global stage. And I'm sure most of you watching this know what I'm talking about. There is so much that is not and has not been revealed to us about the backroom discussions between world leaders, things happening underground, under our noses that aren't healthy, that are enough to make any person angry. Again, you probably know what I'm talking about. The movement of people without their choice is what I'm talking about. I didn't expect that to come through here. It's just a warring energy as well. It's very much that Aries, Mars type energy of just charging forth in battle. So you might have been absorbing a lot of that information, witnessing it, watching it. And the King of Wands, interesting, is sometimes known for being hot-headed, for getting passionately angry about something. So that might be what some of you are feeling. I feel like there's one or two more messages, one moment coming through on this. yeah, you might be dealing with somebody in particular that embodies the King of Wands energy. This could be a person, this could be you, actually. This is representative of the fire signs, which is your element: Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. He's very charismatic and people really love being around him. And the chameleon message of this card keeps wanting to come through to me today. But there is one here, and there are salamanders on his cape, which represent transforming, adapting, changing to the situation or to the audience at hand or the people you're interacting with, changing your colors to match, again, the situation or people you're dealing with. So you might be back to the political landscape that keeps wanting to come through here. You might really be advocating for new leadership, leadership that is more let me change that is less rigid, less stuck in their own perspective, but more willing to adapt, transmute, and transform the situation or the situations at hand, particularly with global strife. If this is a personal situation, it could be that as well. Just advocating for a little bit more, the word swagger is coming to mind. Yeah. A little bit more coolness, a little bit more, I don't know, passion instead of just dogma and doctrine. Bringing in some of that spiritual element. And this would be everyone's wish come true. This is the card known as the wish fulfillment card, a wish coming true. That is what most of us want, right? Those of us that aren't playing these roles of those leaders that I'm referring to. And again, if this is a personal situation, you would just like things to be a little bit more jovial, whether you want to present yourself that way more so, or you're wishing more to be interacting in situations and relationships that are more focused on fun and inspiration, exploration. Three of Wands at the outcome tells me you might be in a leadership role yourself. You might have the ability to put some of this out there on a global scale with a project, your career, a cause that you are involved in. It's again another depiction of potential travel. Or others traveling to see you. You might be receiving travelers and welcoming guests to your home or to your business or your company that you work for if it's not your own. Wow, this is kind of getting to me. This is touching my heart. I'm just so getting this war-torn scene of refugees. You might be working with refugees or helping people relocate from natural disaster or political disaster. Well, thank you if you are. That's amazing. On a more simple, abstract note, there might be some wish, some desire that you've put out there that you're waiting to receive. You're waiting for your ship to come in. You're waiting for something to manifest. And it's on the horizon. But the moon card, there's an eclipse at the top of that card here. This tells me that the eclipse energy is definitely bringing things to light that weren't seen before, that were far beneath the surface. It's now becoming apparent. Could be some health issues related to overindulgence. Could be deep emotions that you weren't aware of. It could be information that you did not know that has come to light. And it is potentially causing some anxiety, some sleepless nights. The important thing to remember always with the Nine of Swords is that is a perception. Very little of it, if any, is truth. And both of these cards represent having a higher perspective, looking at the bigger picture, being in a safe place, looking down at something from your eagle's perch. That's how you get out of this, okay? And whatever it is that's come to light that might be triggering some stress, some worry, some sleepless nights. Honestly, it could even just be energy coming up that's making it difficult to sleep. I had a really hard time sleeping for a few days around before and after the full moon. So it could be that the full moon energy does make it harder to sleep. It's brighter at night and it's just very potent. This one was really strong. But the blessing is it's showing you now a clear path that you couldn't see before. The blessing in disguise, if you will. Okay, I'll take that. And with that wish come true card at the heart of your reading, that tells me, again, blessing in disguise. Even if there's some stress or some turbulence or some arguing or frustration here at play, you're getting to a place of stability, calm, success, and this is how it's happening. So let's get a message from the garden to tie it together. Remember to click the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, share any videos far and wide, and there is a link in the description box below to book a one-on-one reading with me. If you would like a private reading, I would love to do that with you. It can be very inspiring, enlightening, healing. I highly recommend it. So what's coming out for you, Leo, is gratitude. Pink rose. Gemini energy, the twins. Gemini is air, so your thoughts and words, your dialogue, as much as possible to keep them framed predominantly around a place of gratitude. that is always the number one way to turn an uncomfortable situation around. Look at what's right, feed that energy, and you'll get more of what makes you feel grateful. You'll attract more of that. And some cycle is being completed here for you. So, wow, I'm getting your guides want to acknowledge some success of yours, something you've just, like I said, completed, wrapped up, graduated from. That sounds good. Yeah, and I very much feel ancestral energy around you. Oh my goodness, it's touching my heart again. Some of you might be consciously engaging and doing ancestral clearing. Some of you might be consciously connecting with, communicating with your ancestors. Some of you may not realize it, but they are around you, and they are grateful for you completing something that they could not. Wow. So you probably don't realize that as you go through your trials and tribulations, you are clearing generations of unfinished business. Good job. All right, Leo, bringing me to tears today. I have a special treat. I have this tiny deck called Small Pleasures, and we're going to pick one card for you and see what comes through. One more shuffle. Right. This came through once already today. Look at this image of these two hands connecting. And the one hand, this one, it's like there's a light reflecting from the palm. It feels very much like the help being extended to you from your ancestors, from the beyond. Connecting with you, thanking you, supporting you, guiding you. And the expression will sound quite different, but it says on the back, we didn't turn 18 in 1939. Let's see if you can see the tiny words, but trust me what it says. It's a different time. It's not 1939. But thinking back to that time frame and what we know of it in our history, let's see, it was on the eve of World War II. Romance, affection, public displays, even pornography is coming through as something that just wasn't that prevalent in that day and age as it is today. So this is a reminder to connect with those around you, whether they're seen or unseen in other realms, and to remember that human connection and touch supersedes technology. And it's really at the heart of everything that we do here on Earth, and it's essential that we connect physically, emotionally, either to lend a hand, to just share in life, or to receive a hand if someone's offering you a hand. Very interesting reading, Leo. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for touching my heart, and don't forget to look at the weekly reading for the blood moon lunar eclipse, and also look at your September reading if you haven't already. That will give you much more information. Until next time, Leo, take care. Bye-bye.